Okay, I want to talk about a overtuning of Junior that was completely unnecessary and changes practically nothing, virtually nothing. No one, I don't think, really knows about this. I've not seen this on another character, this kind of like tuning, like, I don't know, like custom fix for a special move. But I really wanted to talk about it because it's very strange to me. I like compare it to the animations of like trying to get people to switch positions after like falling, like snakes falling up air into crouch. How it just kind of like does that weird animation thing. It feels like one of those kinds of fixes of like it kind of works, so we'll just let it go. Anyway, in order to talk about this, you need to know that the training mod, at least for a lot of Junior's moves, I don't know if this is in general, the last frame it shows here is actually a fake active hitbox. It's no longer active. So this is fair and it lasts 23 frames. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So this is 23rd frame. It'll show a 24th, even though that's not actually a real hitbox. You can mess with it yourself, but that's just how this works. Okay, so when you do cart dash, you are able to jump instantly. You are airborne on the next frame that you press that button. When you hit a person, you can press the jump button and you are still in hit stop. You are now airborne. You can also input an aerial or up B, like any other like attack move, and it will put that into the hit stop animation, which is very unusual. This is the first frame of up air. It's just kind of sitting on the first frame of up air until you are out of hit freeze. There's good old up air. I'm not entirely sure why they allowed you to act during hit freeze like that. Maybe it was to avoid any kind of weird buffer stuff, like if you hit this and then tried to jump but you weren't allowed to jump, you would have to like mess with the buffer queue in some way of like what moves overrule what. But long story short, you get to jump, and then any frame after you press the jump button, if you're still in hit stop, you can input your aerial or whatever, and that will start to be buffered. But in order to do that, in order to mess with that, up air would come out a frame earlier because you are starting the move during hit stop, which is not a frame you can normally act. And so up air should come out on frame 5 instead of frame 6 here. In order to avoid this, they actually moved the hitboxes. They moved when the active frames start for Junior's hammer. So instead of starting on frame 6 of the animation, it now starts on frame 7. So this is frame 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It should start here, but it doesn't. You can see in the mod there's no hitbox. This is frame 7 when it actually starts. Or when it is starting because of cart dash, because of this like custom tuning thing. But it's not just that they moved that first hitbox to the 7th frame. Like, it's not that they disabled the hitbox on frame 6 to make it more accurate. They have moved all of the hitboxes over. So instead of up air ending on frame 13, as it normally does, and then you've got frame 14 on the mod, which is a fake active hitbox, you actually get that 14th frame of up air actually active right here. So if I hit this cart, start my up air. So I believe it's this one is actually active if the training mod removes the hitbox, or if the training mod has the hitbox for one more frame. I should be correct. So yeah, you get one more frame of the animation to have the hitbox that normally never has a hitbox. This sounds like really cool and interesting of like, well, can you put hitboxes in weird places based on like the animation Junior does? And the answer is no. Like in Nair, he's very slow and has his arms out. on the last frame. With Dare, drill is in pretty much the same spot. Back air is so far into the Z-axis that you wouldn't even want, like, you wouldn't really want a hitbox there. Maybe for, like, trying to, what's it called, jab lock? But again, this only happens when you hit something. So for 99% of 1v1s, that won't come into play because you're going to be hitting them here. You have to buffer the move, and you're going to hit them with the early part of the move probably. With Steve and Pac-Man, like, sure, you could do it to the box here, but you're rising with this late aerial, so it's probably not going to hit anything. You can't be reverse turn it around. Like, the only thing that would kind of work maybe is like Nair, which again, the hitbox doesn't matter, or Fair, which is in about the same spot. Late Fair can be used to hit ledge hangs, but again, like, that's not a place where this is going to matter. Like, it would be incredibly niche to try and use one frame later of Nair, of Fair, where this isn't even the lowest part of Fair. It starts rising again on this frame. Well, on the frame previous. So, like, that wouldn't even be a useful hitbox. It was so, like, they put so much work into making sure that all his moves acted on the same frame. They moved the hitboxes to different animations for no reason. For like, nothing changes. Anyway, I thought this was a really interesting, like, tuning to, like, be able to act during hit freeze, and then to subsequently move all of the hitboxes after the fact. And this should apply to specials as well, but I haven't personally checked it. Again, it doesn't change anything really. You get up B, you know, a little bit later. It would still be true in theory. Also, none of this works on shield because they don't apply it. You can't buffer your jump and your attack on shield. Let me... Yeah, I was right. So on this, I can get my jump out, but I can't do an attack early. So that doesn't matter. Anyway, I thought this was really interesting and haven't shared this ever, and thought I would just make some kind of recording of it. So here you go.